Alright, what's poppin', people? Welcome in. This is BabyForNation.com. We are back here with another video. Guys, welcome back to NFL Tuesdays live reaction show. We are here every single Tuesday, breaking every single NFL game. This is going to be a fun one. Live reaction show. We're here every single week, breaking down every single game. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and switch my screen here since I had it on the wrong one. Alright, but anyway, I do appreciate you guys coming in. Make sure to hit that like, subscribe button. All love is appreciated. And yeah, let's vet in here a little bit. shall we? Let's go ahead and vent. We already have a lot of things to dive into this week. So, before we actually get started here, if you guys haven't checked out our recent content on the channel, make sure you guys do. I will put up a couple announcements. I will be. Let's see. So if you guys haven't checked out our weekly pick show for the NFL, I'm gonna do that as soon as I'm done here. So just letting y'all know, the weekly pick show is coming up, and the analytics video is going to be out a lot earlier than what it normally is, because the games started like 12:30. So I'm gonna try to have that out around. I'm gonna pre-record it tonight and probably have it around like 9 something a.m. So you guys have some time to watch that before the games come up. So without further ado, I am pretty busy here today on the channel. So anyway, we do have to do power rankings today, since it's so just FYI, we do have to do power rankings today. So I'm gonna go ahead and dive into that. And yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and dive in. Let's give you guys my overall reactions of what happened in week 13. So I'm at week 12. So let's go ahead. Week 13 weekly pick show coming up next. Let's go ahead and vent a little bit, shall we? Alright, cool. Alright, so without further ado, you guys know how this works. If you guys have been here on the channel for a long time, without further ado, let's get it going. So, let's kick off with Thursday Night Football here. We had the Browns upsetting the Steelers here, 24-19. Kind of weird scoring here, but Cleveland losing this game kind of shocks me a little bit here. So let's take a look at the Steelers here first. What did the Steelers do? 24-18 for Russell Wilson, 270 yards and 1 touchdown. I ain't gonna blame anybody because it was snowing outside like the whole second half of this game, so I'm not gonna blame anything for it. I was kind of expecting Pittsburgh here. Like I said, this week I actually, in general, I did not do as good as I advertised to do, and not in recent weeks. I was kind of disappointed about my performance, even though I did finish about 500 over the week. I was kind of disappointed in my performance. You guys will see that in the analytics video coming up in week 13. I'll explain about more of that then. But Jaylen Warren, only 11 for 45 in his score. Najee Harris, only 16 for 41 in this game. Receivers led by Conan Austin with 3 for 78, and he had that really nice looking touchdown there. George Pickens was kind of limited as well as Pat Freiermuth. Let's see. Their defense had 1 sack, forced 3 fumbles. I mean, the Steelers' defense was great in this game, and they still lost. Like, they forced 3 fumbles. They got interceptions. I mean, they got everything that they needed, but they just couldn't. Their offense kind of let them down at some point. Like, as soon as and Justin Fields also had but Justin Fields didn't really play a lot. But at the same time, the Steelers' offense just kind of let them down in this game. We don't look at the Browns, who I give a lot of credit for winning this game in the first place. Jameis Winston, 18 for 27, 219 yards, and interception. He played a good game other than his interception, I would think. Huh? Yeah? Yeah? Anyway, Nick Chubb here, 20 for 59, 2 scores. I got caught on, but we'll see that. Jerry Jeudy, 6 for 89. George Atkinson, 3 for 38. Damn, both teams did fumble the ball a lot in this game, did they? Like, the Steelers had 2 fumbles and Browns had 3 fumbles. Let's see, the defense had 4 sacks. Did they get a pick on? No, they didn't get a pick, but they did force 3 sacks and 2 forced fumbles. So, I guess that's pretty. I mean, the defense really showed out for both teams in this game. Yeah, let's just get credit what to do. Both teams' defenses were fantastic in this game. I mean, let's be completely honest with you here. Overall, it wasn't the greatest performance out of the two. I mean, we would have wished we could have saw better production out of them too. But overall, it wasn't the worst performance. So, I'm going to give the Steelers a C tier. I mean, their defense really kind of held on their own, but their offense really did kind of struggle this week. So, I'll put them a C tier. Browns are going to get a B tier for me. Just because I thought the offense moved the ball a little bit more. Sure, they showed interceptions, but they had more opportunities out there and scored touchdowns, and they took advantage of it. And their defense played about as well as Pittsburgh. But I think the Browns' offense was a little more pep in their step, if you guys know what I mean, in this game. So I'll give the Browns a B tier. Not the greatest performance out of them too, but I guess it was just good enough for the Browns to get the win there. Next up, we got the Eagles beating my Rams here 37-20. Like I said, I knew this was a bad matchup for the Rams. I knew there was a bad matchup for the Rams, and I knew we were going to lose this game. I did not have confidence going into this game, and throughout the game, I mean, the first half was very competitive, but the second half, the Eagles started kicking their ass in. And I was actually live for this game. Make sure you guys go vote in the poll, by the way, what you guys want to see next week. But I was actually live for this game, and I was just complete in depression. We're looking at Jalen Hurts here, only 15 for 22, only 179 yards and a touchdown. Receivers led by Saquon Barkley here. Rushing 22 carries for 255 yards and 2 touchdowns. I'm gonna tell you what. I mean, even though Kevin Gainwell also had a touchdown, that this may have been one of the greatest performances I've ever seen from Saquon Barkley. He was absolutely phenomenal. And guys, when we get to this awards in a little bit, of course, Saquon Barkley is going to win a Superstar of the Week. I think that one's pretty obvious. AJ Brown had a good game, 6 for 109 to score. Besides that, Saquon Barkley had a couple receptions, but Dallas Goedert was only 4 for 19. I kind of expect him to get more than that, but it's whatever. Let's see. Defense forced 4 fumbles on the day, which is absolutely insane. 4 fumbles forced on Philadelphia's side of and they had 3 sacks. And they had 5 sacks. So the Philadelphia had a hell of a performance defensively. Hell of a performance. I mean, Philadelphia went out there and put up a masterclass of performance on Los Angeles. Like this is that definition of a masterclass. Like I said, Eagles, I respect the hell out of you. I think you're a good ass team, and I respect the hell out of you. Like to give credit what Eagles was do, they're a really good damn football team. And you're looking at Matthew Stafford here in the Rams, who just didn't really have enough with weapons as the Eagles had. 24 for 36, 243 yards and 2 touchdowns. I thought Matthew Stafford actually played a great game. He played a great game, but he just couldn't get it done. Even though I can't blame him for what performance he put on. Matthew Stafford, he put on a good show. Connor Williams here, 16 for 72 in the score, but he did have the fumble, which kind of cost us a little bit. Puka led the team receiving for 9 for 117. I thought Puka was great. Cooper Kupp 8 for 60 in the score. Demarcus Robinson had 2 for 15 in the score. Like I said, the Rams issues, they turned over the ball a lot, which gave the Eagles more possessions here. The Rams defense only had 1 sack, not forced interceptions or anything. So overall, I thought the Rams did a great job of competing with this team in the first half. I mean, I don't care what the circumstances. We're just gonna put the Eagles in the S tier because, like I said, that was one of the greatest performances I think I've ever seen this year, just from both sides of the ball standpoint. Rams though, they did kind of get smacked in the second half, but this team just got bullied in the second half. Not the worst performance either. I thought the Rams really played well defensively until the second half, where they gave up 2 rushing touchdowns, and that was pretty annoying. When we get to the match luck, I'm pretty sure I have something after match luck from this game. I'm going to give the Rams a C tier. Not the worst, not the best performances. Defense could have been a little bit tighter on Saquon, but I told you, when you're playing against a firehouse of a team like that, it's very hard to it's really hard to keep your heels on toes on the offensive end. So give credit to Philadelphia. Philadelphia is like one of the most scariest teams in the league. So we'll find that. But congratulations, Philly. Philadelphia deserved to win that game. Next up, we got the Vikings squeaking out a win against the Bears here, 30-27. A pretty interesting, fun one here. Of course, it's the Vikings, so the Vikings had to get this game close. But at the end of the day, the Vikings came out victorious. And look at Sam Darnold here, 22 for 34, 330 yards and 2 touchdowns. Sam Darnold actually played a pretty good game this one. Rushing, Aaron Jones here, 22 for 106 in the score. He was pretty productive when he needed to. Jordan Addison led the team receiving for 8 for 162 in the score. He was phenomenal. TJ Hawkinson had a big role of 7 receptions for 104 yards. Justin Jefferson, very disappointing performance out of him, only 2 for 27. And Jim Naylor had a 1 reception for a score. Vikings defense had 3 sacks and 2 forced fumbles. the defense for Minnesota was once again on display. They were fantastic the majority of this game. The reason why the Bears scored 27 points is because they went on a huge barrage in the fourth quarter. But besides that, look at the numbers for the Bears offense. They just couldn't really do jack shit of anything into the fourth quarter. I mean, looking at Caleb Williams here, 32 for 47, 340 yards and 2 touchdowns. I thought he played a pretty decent game as well. Caleb Williams, 6 receiving wise, 6 rushing wise. I'm at 6 for 33. DeAndre Swift only had 13 for 30, while Richard Johnson had the touchdown. Receiving was led by DJ Moore for 7 for 106 in the score. Keenan Allen also had 9 for 86 in the score. Let's see. Defense forced 1 fumble and got 3 sacks on the day on Sam Darnold. So at the end of the day, I mean, this game was close, but it never really felt like it was close. It felt like the Vikings completely just dominated this game. I mean, sure, the first quarter, but when you look at here at the box score, this game just really never felt close. You know what I mean? So if the Vikings would have sealed the deal, I thought the Vikings were fantastic in this game. But if they would have sealed the deal, I probably would put them in S tier. But since they didn't, I think I have to give some small deductions to that. So they're still gonna get a B for me. They did mess up on special teams, so I guess I can put a deduction of that too. But besides that, that was nice. That was a pretty not bad performance here from the Vikings. I'm gonna give the Bears. Is it rude to say a D tier, or is it fair? I mean, look at the Bears. I mean, they didn't really do anything other than the fourth quarter. Like, for 3 quarters, they really didn't do anything in this game. And in the fourth quarter, actually, yeah, I'm going to put the Bears in D tier. I mean, the Bears didn't really do anything until about the fourth quarter and overtime. When they forced overtime, that is, like, only when they did something. Besides that, the Bears didn't really do anything in this game. But I guess I'll give them a C because they did force overtime. Forced overtime, made it somewhat competitive, so I guess I'm gonna give him credit for that. So I'll put him in C tier. We'll put him in C. I was thinking D though, but I'll be nice to him. All right, next up we have the Lions beating the Colts here 24-6, and the Lions, like I said, they show different ways to win. Normally their offense shows the way to win. This time their defense. Their offense didn't really play as good as we advertised, but their defense was absolutely fantastic in this game. Jared Goff here, 26 for 36, 269 yards, no touchdowns, no picks, but I think he still played a good game. Jahmyr Gibbs, 21 for 90 in the score, but David Montgomery had 8 for 37 in the score. Receiving was led by Jameson Williams with 5 for 64, but it looked like everybody got involved in the receiving game. Defense had no sacks, but it's okay because they forced takeaways. Their defense was absolutely fantastic. Like, even though they didn't force any sacks or get anything else, this team still really put the hell on the Colts. Like I said, the Colts normally play better at home, so that's why I in the analytics video in week 12, I gave the Colts 20 points, and they couldn't even score that. They couldn't even score 10. So Detroit's defense really showed up in this game, even though the box score doesn't say it. Their defense was fantastic in this game. We're looking at Anthony Richardson here, 11 for 28, 172 yards, no touchdowns and no picks. Jonathan Taylor, only 11 for 35. Just look at the defense here from Detroit. Just look at the numbers here. Michael Pittman Jr. only 6 for 96. Alec Pierce only struggled. Like, Michael Pittman Jr., Josh Downs struggled. Like, let's see. Defense had 3 sacks. Did they force a pick? No, they did not. So, if I'm being honest, it was kind of more of a defensive war. I mean, the Colts, they actually did pretty decent defensively. I mean, they held the Lions to 24 points. So you could get credit to that because their defense held the guaranteed 30-point per game offense to only 24 points. But besides that, it was pretty a bad performance there from the Colts. I'm going to give them a D tier. If their defense didn't play as well as they did, I probably would give it enough. But I would give slight credit to their defense. Lions, though, we saw some good moments offensively. Defense really showed up, and I'm going to give them a lot of respect for that. I think the Lions getting the A tier for me this week. I love how their defense went out and showed out. So that was one thing positive that I can take away from this game. So I'll give the Lions an A tier. I thought the Lions were absolutely fantastic defensively. Alright, next up we got the Dolphins shellacking the Patriots here 34-15. I was not expecting an ass beating here. I mean, I was kind of expecting I mean, I wasn't expecting like a complete ass whooping like this, but I was kind of expecting like more of a closer game. When we look at the Patriots here, Drake made 22 for 37, 222 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. Antonio Gibson, 6 for 31. Mario Douglas had 5 for 62, but Austin Hooper had a receiving score. Defense forced 1 fumble and 2 sacks for the Patriots. So overall, not a bad defensive performance, but they were just giving up points like it was nothing to Miami. We're looking at Tua here, 29 for 40, 317 yards and 4 touchdowns. Tua had a great performance in this one. Rushing was led by Devon 18, 10 for 32. Rushing game was really non-existent for the Dolphins, but they held a lot on their receiving game. Jalen Waddle probably had his best performance of the season. Maybe coming out 8 for 144 in the score. Juju Smith had a score. Tyreek Hill was productive. A-Chain had 2 receiving scores. Like, this was a great performance here by Miami, honestly. Let's see, their defense got 4 sacks, 1 interception, 1 forced fumble. Like, Miami's defense was great in this game. And get credit to them. Like I said, they're trying to make the playoff push. Miami did exactly what I thought to do. Go in here, take care of business at home, and move on. And that's what Miami did. Sure, they have a tough opponent next week when they have to travel to Green Bay. But we'll see. We'll see. After these last couple of games, I'm starting to have confidence back in Miami. So let's see if they go out, take care of business, and we'll see from there. But the good win for Miami here. And like I said, they really needed to take care of business in this one. I think Miami's getting an S tier, if I'm being completely honest. I mean, they just completely dominated this one from start to finish. I thought they looked great the entire trip. The Patriots get an F tier. I mean, that was pretty bad. Defense got whooped. Offense couldn't really do anything. I mean, they did put up some touchdowns at some point. As you can see, like the whole 3 quarters straight, they did absolutely nothing. So, so I can't really give the Patriots enough credit. So I'm saying the Patriots getting an F tier, Dolphins gonna get an S tier for me. Just this is kind of a one-sided flip-flop here. Speaking of one-sided here, we got Tampa Bay shellacking the Giants here 3-7. If you want to look at the Giants here, there's nothing to look at. I mean, let's be honest. Tommy DeVito was horrible. Rushing was horrible. Receiving game was horrible. Defense was horrible. Like, there's just no look at there for the Giants. Maybe look at the Bucs. Baker Mayfield here, 24 for 30, 294 yards, no touchdown, no picks, but he played well. Look at the rushing game. Everybody had a touchdown in the rushing game. Bucky Irving, Rasheed Wright, Baker Mayfield, and Sean Tucker all had rushing touchdowns. Receiving was led by Mike Evans off the injury, 5 for 68. I thought he looked pretty productive off the injury. Now Tampa Bay, they did fumble the ball a little bit too much in this game, so that's something to look out for. But in general, it did not bother them at all because they just absolutely beat the shit out of the Giants for 24 hours. And then the defense had 4 sacks. Defense played great. Especially I was impressed in the Bucs defense because this passing defense is named not too good right now. So I was pretty impressive to see the Bucs the way that they did. I thought the Buccaneers had a pretty good performance. I mean we can go ahead and put the Giants in F tier because that's what that was. I don't know how to rank the Buccaneers. It's either S or A tier. Like, yes, they dominated the game, but they did fumble the ball a lot and maybe give the Giants a little bit more opportunities to score. But I'm gonna put in the S tier. I mean, other than the fumbles, which I'll give a slight discredit for, but I'm not gonna give them a full grade. Let's face it. They completely dominated this game. They dominated this game. They just completely dominated. So I'm gonna give them an S tier just because they just completely dominated the game, and any fumbles that they might have had, their defense covered their backs for them. So I'll give them credit. I'll give them credit where it's due. I'll give them an S tier. Pretty overall great performance there from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Like I said, that team gets hot. Maybe they can go on the streak, but we'll see. Next we have Dallas beating Washington here 34-26. If you look at the box score here, this little score quarter here, literally no teams didn't really do anything until the fourth quarter, which is kind of funny. But in reality, that's just what that was, though. Cooper Rush, 24 for 32, 247 yards and 2 touchdowns here. Rico Waddle, 19 for 86. Receivers led by CeeDee Lamb, 10 for 67. Luke Shoemaker had 3 for 55 in the score. Jalen Tolbert had a score. They did force 2 fumbles and got 4 sacks and 2 interceptions. Man, the Dallas defense was very impactful in this game. I think I will say from the back, I think this was the best defensive performance that you can find from the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, let's be honest with what it was. It was a great performance. Miller Jam Daniels here, 25 for 38, 275 yards, 2 touchdowns and 2 picks. And basically, I'll be honest, both of them were not really his fault. And we look at Jay Daniels here, 7 for 74 in a score. He had a rushing score in this one. Terry McLaurin led the team in receiving for 5 for 102 in the score. Zach Ertz had 6 for 38 in the score. They did force 3 fumbles and had 1 sack. I don't think they had any picks for that, no. But, man, is Washington on the cold spell right now? Like, I don't know what's wrong with them. I'm giving Dallas an A tier, just the way how they played defense this game. I didn't think their defense was going to do nowhere near as good as they did in this game. They shut down this Commanders offense, and they just couldn't really do anything without it. And Washington, I'm giving Washington a D. I just expected more from them. Expecting more. Like I said, I expected Washington to win this game in a blowout, and it kind of felt like I was very disappointed in the Commanders offense. Like I said, we look at the box score, both teams did nothing into the first half, but I'm giving Dallas an A tier, man. It's just the way how they played defense throughout that whole game, just really beyond me. So I'm giving an A tier. Plus, their offense clicked when they needed to, and Washington did not. Actually, no, I'm going to give them the B tier. B tier. Do get a small deduction to that game. Big deduction to that game, actually, but that was going to get the B tier for me. Their defense was outstanding in this one. All right, next up we have the Chiefs. Barely edging out Carolina here, 30-27. Once again, this was another great game here. By both squads. Even though Patrick Mahomes 27-37, 269 yards and 3 touchdowns. I could basically talk about both teams here at the same time because I thought both teams played great. Bryce Young played great. Patrick Mahomes played great. Kareem Hunt was critical. Cooper Hopper was critical. He had a touchdown. Receiving game, both teams got active. Noah Gray had 2 touchdowns. Travis Kelce was active. Xavier Worth is active. D. Howard had a touchdown. David Moore, he was great. Everybody got involved for Carolina there. Both teams had a fumble. Chiefs had 2 sacks, while Carolina had 5 sacks. Like, both teams played well in this one. I think both teams are going to get A's from me. Both Carolina and the Chiefs, they both played really well. Let's be honest, they both played well. Especially, I'm more impressed. Like I said, I would give Carolina more credit than Kansas City, but it is what it is. But both teams are going to get A's from me. Both teams play well. All right. Next up, we have the Titans upsetting the Texans here, 32-27. Houston, what the hell was this? How did you lose this game? I don't know. Will Levis was, I'm not gonna say fantastic, but he was good. 18-24, 278 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Tony Pollard, 22 for 119 to score. Calvin Ridley led team receiving for 5 for 197. Goku had a score. Westbrook had a score. Tennessee, no fumbles for Houston. Tennessee's defense had 4 sacks, with 2 interceptions. Yeah, Tennessee, they were impactful defensively. Offensively, they could have done a little bit more, but overall, I'm impressed with Tennessee. And we look at C.J. Stroud, 22 for 33, 247 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 picks. C.J. Stroud, he doesn't look like... the Texans team, they just don't look like themselves. Sure, I do think the team is good, but they just don't look like themselves right now. Nico Collins, 5 for 92 to score. Gave Olive Charler a score. Defense forced 3 fumbles and had 8 sacks with 1 interception, and that ended up being a pick 6. So... look at this game. I would give Houston credit because I would give Houston a B tier because they shown a really good stuff defensively that I would give them a lot of credit for. Tennessee, I'm gonna get Tennessee to be. I'm getting Tennessee an A tier. Their offense was really good in this game. They capitalized off of Houston's mistakes really well. yeah. Overall, that was a pretty good performance by Tennessee. Let's be honest. Let's face it, what it is. It was great. Next, we got the Broncos beating the Raiders here, and it's just really not. Actually, since I'm just in a hurry up, I'm gonna make this a little bit shorter. So, in the Broncos and the Raiders, I mean, the Raiders detailed it. I mean, they didn't really show too much. Broncos, I give them an A tier. Broncos performed pretty well this week. Niners, Packers, I think that one's pretty simple. Niners F tier, Packers S tier. I think that one's pretty dominant. Packers just kicked the shell on the Niners for 24 hours. Cardinals, Seahawks, you may think this is like D tier and F tier, but both defenses play their asses off. Let's be honest. But the only difference is that Seattle's offense got going while Arizona's offense did not. That's the only reason. But I'll give a lot of credit to both defenses. I think Seattle gets a B and Arizona gets a C. And then we have the Ravens and the Chargers. Yeah, both teams are going to S tier. Both teams going to S tier. That was a fantastic game from these two. Fantastic game. Both teams get S tier from me there. Alright, so that is the rankings right there. And I might as well go ahead and do this. Let me go ahead and do this real quick. We'll just go ahead and do this to finish it. There you go. So there's your grades for this week. Let me know where y'all disagree and agree. Alright, you guys take a look at it. Okay. Alright, we gotta go ahead and get to the awards. Like I said, I'm gonna be moving here pretty fast this week because I have 2 more videos to upload after this. So yeah, I'm gonna be moving pretty fast on this live reaction show. But I do appreciate you guys for being here. Alright, we gotta go ahead and get to our awards here, ladies and gentlemen. We gotta get into the Superstars of the Week, starting to roll, ending the Master Lock from each game. Let's go ahead and start here with the Superstar. Let's go ahead and start here with the Superstar of the Week. Like I said, we do this every single week. Let's see, who deserves the Superstar of the Week this week? Let's find out. Chat, you can help me out if you want. But who was the Superstar of the Week? Let's go week 12. Let's say, who had the Superstar of the Week? Let's go ahead and get it going for quarterback. Superstar of the Week. I mean, Jaden Daniels, he was fantastic as well. Patrick Mahomes was great. Tua was great. But you know what? I don't mention him enough, and he just put up a really good performance. I'm gonna give it to Tua this week. Tua got a lot. I'm giving him for Superstar of the Week this week for quarterbacks. Tua, I'm giving him. He's my Superstar of the Week for the quarterback position. I thought he was fantastic in this one. He was fantastic against the Patriots this week. Alright, next up we got the running back position, and I don't think this one is close. Saquon Barkley is the main superstar player of the week. He was absolutely sensational against the Rams. Saquon Barkley getting the Superstar of the Week. That is absolutely no questions for the running back position. Wide receivers, though, I know we don't normally name them that much, but I think it's Jordan Addison. If I'm being completely honest. I think he's our Superstar of the Week on wide receivers. I mean, this man had a career day. 8 receptions, 162 yards, and a touchdown. I thought he was fantastic. I thought Jordan Addison was fantastic. Yeah, I think he was insane. Jordan Addison was sensational. So I would give some credit to him. I don't know, so we don't normally give him credit in the superstar conversation, but when it came to this week, that's what it was. So I'll give him all the props. Jordan Addison was absolutely fantastic this week. All right, tight ends. I'm gonna give him to Noah Gray. I'm getting Noah Gray. Gray. Oh, I'm forgetting the kicker. Kicker superstar. Well, I think it just really comes down to, you can give it to Carlson. I'm gonna give it to Nick Folk. And then defensive team, we're gonna give it to the defensive team. I'm gonna go with the Cowboys. Because I was very impressed with what they did against Washington. All right, there you go. So there is your superstar of the week. Quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, running back Saquon Barkley, wide receiver Jordan Addison, tight end Noah Gray, kicker Nick Folk, defense Dallas Cowboys. Those are your superstars of the week. They all played fantastic. Okay, let's go ahead and get into starting roles. All right, let's get hitting the starting roles, and now we'll look at the players that did not really have the best night, but really they executed well and did what they needed to do for their team to have a chance or made a good chunk to win. All right, quarterback. I'm gonna go Matthew Stafford. He played really well. Even though the Rams lost, he played really, really well. Alright. So, I think Matthew Stafford is getting the starting role. He was fantastic. But Matthew Stafford getting the starting role. Josh Jacobs, I have to give it to him. Getting the starting role for me from the running back position. Wide receivers tough for starting role. It's tough. Like, Courtland Sutton had a good night, but like I said, I don't normally name this player a lot, but for now, I know we're gonna name Courtland Sutton, and he was great as well in this one. But I'm gonna give some love to Jaylen Waddle. I'm Jaylen Waddle. I'm gonna give some love to that man. He's gonna be my starting role player this week. He was great. He won as well. Like I said, I'm kind of moving a little bit fast here today. Trey McBride, I'm gonna give it to him. Kicker. I mean, it has to be Will Fultz, right? I mean, if I didn't get him superstar, it has to be him for the starting role, right? I mean, otherwise, it just wouldn't make any sense. And then defensive team starting role. I'm gonna give it to the Texans. Starting role, defensive team, I'll give it to the Texans. Alright, there you go. There's a starting role. Matthew Stafford, Josh Jacobs, Jaylen Waddle, Trey McBride, Will Lutz, and the Texans defense is getting a starting role in this one. Alright, so like I said, hopefully you guys are having a good day today. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. We appreciate it. Make sure to come join our weekly pick show that is coming up tonight. So after basically really right after I get back from here. So make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe. I really much appreciate it. Alright, let's go ahead and get into everybody's favorite segment here, and then we'll do power rankings, and then we'll head out of here. we got the Master Lock. The Master Lock being what is the most annoying thing from the game. Master Lock Night was the most annoying thing from this game. Listen, there's a lot of things that could be annoying, but alright. Sorry guys, I'm gonna be sitting here watching the Lakers game while I'm at it because they're currently playing right now. But what do you guys think about the Master Lock of the night for this week? Obviously this week was really annoying for I'm gonna go like this so I can take a look at all the games previously. So that way, because once we do the Master Lock, we have to Master Lock everything from every game. So let's go ahead and get into it. The Master Lock of the night. You guys know the deal here. Master Lock, we put in the I ever can't say this right. We put it into the Critical Queen's Masters in the Master Hold. We do the Master Lock of the night. What was the most annoying thing for this week? So we're gonna dive into every game and we're gonna see what the Master Lock of the night is. Steelers and Browns. I already know what the Master Lock in this game. Oh yeah, this one's easy Master Lock. We're Master Locking the weather from this game. It was snowing, it was cold. The weather, I think, basically kind of had both teams going off. So Steelers versus Browns game weather. I think that's their Master Lock. All that snow, I think that kind of gave each other different game plans to go throughout the game. So I think that's gonna get Master Lock. Steelers versus Browns, that's gonna get Master Lock there. Eagles and Rams. I'm gonna say this at the Rams fan standpoint. I'm gonna Master Lock the Rams second half. I'm Master Locking the whole second half. Because the Rams, I think I said this on live. If you start off with the ball, and that's what the Rams did, they started off with the ball in this game. If you do that, you have to win the first half because then your opponent is going to take advantage of it, and that's basically what Saquon did. So yeah, I think the Rams second half for me as a Rams fan is going to get matched up for this one. Next up, the Lions versus the Colts. Should we match up the Colts offense? Because even let's match up the Colts offense. Because even without Aiden Hutchinson, and I know Detroit is a good defensive team already, but we probably should expect them to do at least a little bit better than that, right? Did we really think the Colts offense was going to be that bad? No. So I think that was annoying. I'm gonna get the Colts offense and Master Lock, especially at home. Dolphins, Patriots. I really got nothing Master Lock for this game because this game was kind of like an ass beating. But if I have to Master Lock something from this game, I'm gonna Master Lock the Patriots. I'm Master Locking the Patriots defense in the second quarter. Because as you see here from the box score, I don't know if you guys can see it, but they gave up 24 points, and I think they scored a touchdown on every single drive in the second quarter, except for... so I think the Patriots defense is going to get matched off for me in the second quarter because it's going to go 24 points, and I think they gave up I think Miami had 4 possessions in that quarter and gave up 3 touchdowns and 1 field goal. So I guess that was pretty annoying. Patriots defense second quarter is Master Lock. Bucks and the Giants. I'm Master Locking the Giants. I'm Master Locking the whole team because it looks like they don't know what they're doing on either end of the floor. Offensively, they don't look good there either. Tommy DeVito came to the rescue. No, they did not. I just don't like what I saw from the Giants this week. 7 points, get dominated at home against the Bucks. Yeah, we got to match off the team. Especially this was your chance to do something offensively, and you guys basically kind of threw that away. So Giants, the whole Giants team is going to get match locked. Cowboys, Commanders. Oh yeah, this one's pretty easy. I am going to Master Lock, and this goes for both teams. I don't really know how to make this a word, but I think you guys will understand my point there. I am match locking this game's sloppiness. You know how sloppy this game was. Both teams were sloppy as hell in this game, and it wasn't even funny. Like both teams were like, yeah, it's the sloppiness. Gonna get matched up for me in this game. Chiefs versus Panthers. Or should I just match lock? Oh, you're right. By the way, we match locked the. We match locked the Chiefs and Taylor Swift every single week. Every single time we do the Chiefs and Taylor Swift gets match locked. We do this every single show. Chiefs, Taylor Swift always gets the match locked every single show. But back to this game though. But if I had to match lock one thing for this game, I mean, Kansas City keeping it close could be a match lock. How about this? Let's match lock. Let's match lock both teams' defenses. Since I really don't have a reason, let's match lock the defenses because I don't know. It's really hard to match lock a good game, especially like that. It's really hard to like match lock or get anything from it. But if I have to match lock at least something, I would say the defense. So I'm gonna go with that. But that was a hard one to match lock. Titans, Texans, or match locking the Texans. I'll go Texans offense, especially I'll go Texans offense because the Texans offense, I'm not going to match lock the defense because the defense did its job. They forced a whole bunch of turnovers, all that stuff. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I mean, they did allow 32 points. So yeah, let's match lock the whole team. Why not? I mean, yeah. Let's just face it. You don't lose at home against Tennessee. I mean, come on. Broncos, Raiders. There's really none to match off in that game. There was really none. Broncos, Raiders. What is there to match lock in this game? What is there really? Like the Broncos is one fair and square. But if you have to match lock something, I'm gonna say. I mean, that's another hard one. I guess you can match lock the Raiders offense. But I guess I'm match locking the Raiders offense. I don't really have too much match lock for that game. 49ers, Packers. I'm actually going to match lock the Niners versus Packers ass beating. That was my match lock. That was pretty annoying for the game itself. Like you would think that game like that, especially with the history's been going with them, you would not think that was going to be an ass beating game. So I'm going to match lock that ass beating there. Cardinals, Seahawks, and I think this one's pretty fair. We're match locking. We're going to go. I'm gonna match lock the Cardinals offense. Actually, no. You know what? We're gonna match lock both teams' offense. Both offenses are gonna get match lock. Come on, that final score was 16-6. And November, Ravens, Chargers. That's again another good game, another hard one. Again, get to give a really good match lock on. But fuck. I mean, if I had to choose something. I would think it would be. I mean, I have no idea. What I have a match lock from this game. Ravens, Chargers. I mean, both teams were fun. Both defenses were kind of. I mean, Ravens' defense was actually pretty impressive in this game. Even though the Ravens did win the bowl game. What will we match off in this game? The most annoying thing I can think about. I guess you could match lock the passing game. Yeah, I'm gonna match lock the passing game. Ravens versus Chargers. We'll go pass defense because that's another game I can't really like think of a whole lot to match lock on. So let's go ahead, give a little recap about the match locking. and after that we'll get into the power rankings, and then we'll head out of here. So those are your master locks of the week. Like I said, this was actually a pretty hard week to master lock. Pretty hard week to master lock stuff, but that's what we got from the master lock. So yep, this is all that we are master locking this week. We'll get into power rankings, and then we will get out of here. Guys, so I'll be right back. Be back in a few minutes. We'll do the power ranking. We'll do the power rankings, and then we will get out of here. So, guys, I'm gonna go ahead, take a quick break. I'll be right back with the power rankings, and then we'll head out of here. We'll see y'all. I'll be back. Situational football.
Man, you see the next one?
Huh?
See the next getting blown the hell up?
Yeah, surprisingly. I don't know how they're getting blown up, but they are.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're getting blown up. Big time, you're getting blown up by Lucas Les Dallas. You're getting blown out by Luca Les Dallas Mavericks. You're getting blown out by Luca Les Dallas Mavericks. Dallas Mavericks. Situational football. Wait, what is situational football, Skip?
They ain't talking about a gout. We talking about hands falling like a gout.
Dad.
What you doing in here? You watching, bro?
Situational football is
Oh, you feel good in your account, man? Brandon.
Huh?
Brooke says he wants to be playing Fortnite with.
That said the Knicks are getting blown out by Dallas Cowboys.
Huh?
They said the Knicks are out here getting blown out by Mavericks team without Luka Doncic.
Oh, Luka ain't even playing?
No.
I mean, Kyrie must be cooking.
He is cooking. Uncle Drew.
Oh, good.
Situational football says
I'm not
Dallas.
sleepy, but what are you doing?
I am about
Huh?
to take my shower. About to take my shower here a little bit.
Huh?
Situational football says Dolphins. Situational football says Dolphins. Situational football, I mean, there is no situational football there. Chargers, Falcons. What does situational football say? Situational football says Falcons. Bucks might be catching up in the division as Portland Atlantic gets a job done here at home, while the Chargers can once again afford a loss. So situational football says Falcons. Steelers, Bengals. I mean, you could go either. You could go either way because the Steelers need to win this game to keep ahead of Baltimore in the standings. But real situational football says Bengals because if the Bengals don't win this game, then they could be in trouble. So situational football says Bengals right there. Situational football says Texans. Got you got to go here, get the job done, move on. Situational football says Houston Texans. Situational football for this one. Situational football says Arizona. Situational football says Arizona.
Hey, Jack, how long is stuff supposed to be in the oven?
I was ready to come down and take it out.
Want me to take it out?
Yeah, and put it foil over top
You
of
think
it.
it's done or you gonna cook it more tomorrow?
It's dry out.
Situational football says Colts. Says Colts. Situational football. Situational football says Colts. Seahawks, Jets. Yeah, I mean, yeah. It says Seahawks. Titans, Commanders says Commanders. Situational football says Commanders. Bucks, Panthers it says Bucks. Rams, Saints, it says Rams. Situational football says Rams. Eagles, Baltimore. Situational football says Baltimore. Situational football says Baltimore. Situational football says Baltimore. Eagles having a big lead in their. Baltimore needs this win to keep up with Pittsburgh. Keep up with Pittsburgh is very crucial if Ravens win this game. So situational football says Ravens.
It's got a little water in the middle.
Situation. This is what situational football says. Situational football.
post on Rui. The double comes. D'Lo for three. D'Angelo Russell. Let's go. This is the D'Lo we've been waiting for. 44-3.
Alright guys, sorry guys about that. It took a long time. I don't know why, but it took a long time, but I'm sorry about that. But it is what it is, but we gotta move on here. So we'd like to welcome everybody back to the NFL Week 12 live reaction show. We're here. We already did the awards and the performances, great weekly performances of the week. Now it's time for the power rankings. We do this every single 3 weeks. I'm pretty sure, let me count. This is our 4th time doing this. We still have 2 more times. We still have 2 more times to do this after this. So yeah, this is going to be fun. But let's go again and see what we got for the power rankings this week.
Call him, Kevin. Call him, Kevin.
Alright. So for you guys know how the deal works. 29, 32, 25, 28, 21, 24, 17, 20, 13, 16, 9, 12, 5, 8, 1 through 4. So I hope you guys know that this works. But let's go ahead and get this done so I can go ahead and get the other 2 videos out for you guys next week. So I meant for the videos for Wednesday and Thursday, which I have for pre-record tonight. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start with team number 32. The worst team in absolute football right now is going to be the New York Giants. Dude, they just suck. They can't do anything. They can't do anything offensively, defensively. Now, their defense has been pretty impressive, but not last week. Their last defense has been awful. I mean, there's absolutely nothing to say about the New York Giants. They're one of the worst offenses in the league, and they're one of the worst defenses in the league. So we just put that in the scenario. There's just nothing to look at the Giants there. They're rating at 32. I think they're the worst team in football at the moment. 31. We're gonna go with the Raiders. Basically, kind of the same story, but I think they just been a slightly more consistent team than the Giants. Yeah, I know we have 2 win teams here in the bottom 2, and if I'm not mistaken. Actually, I am mistaken because there is one more team. I'm at number 30, and we'll go ahead and put them right there. The Jacksonville Jaguars are going to be in my number 30 spot. But look at the Raiders. They're just struggling right now, struggling to get them to move the ball. Lost Gardner Minshew. He was terrible when the season started. I mean, there's just nothing going on for the Raiders. They're at 31. 30, we got Jacksonville because I know they're much more talented with these 2 teams. But they got Jacksonville. They're struggling as a whole. Like I said, should they be struggling this much? No, but a good chance. But at least the good news for Jacksonville is that you already have much talent on your team. I believe, because I don't think Jaguars should ever be this bad. So if you take that, maybe you get a good draft pick next year. With Trevor Lawrence, maybe this team be really good in the next couple of years. But right now, they're not really that good right now. And it's not their fault either. But get them in next year. I do think this team is going to be way better than what we saw the last couple weeks, and they'll be my dark horse team next year. So we'll figure that out. 29 is going to be the New York Jets. They just look completely sloppy all season long. The Jets, they just look horrible. Offense can't move the ball. Defense looks terrible, even though that's what the team is made for, is their defense. But the last couple of weeks, their defense has been exposed. Offense looks terrible. You have just have a lot of weapons on that team that they're just not using it properly. So for that, I'll give them number 29 there. 28 is going to be the Patriots for me. Now, the Patriots have been catching up with some sneaky wins, but besides that, the Patriots they like I said, over the course of the season, they have beat some pretty good, decent teams. So, either 3 wins. So I will put them over these 2 teams. I think they accomplished more than them, but it's just not what more expected than the rest of these teams I have down here. So they're going to have my 28 position. 27 is going to be the Panthers. They ended up losing a 2-game losing streak. So the Panthers, like, even though these teams down here are bad, as much as the Panthers, but at least the Panthers have been winning a little bit more than the recent teams. At least the Panthers got on somewhat a streak, and plus Bryce Young and the offense looks way better than the way they have been in the beginning of the season. So maybe the Panthers can finish out this year strong. I'm kind of hoping that for them because I'm kind of like a Panthers supporter because I feel bad for them right now. So we'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens, and hopefully that this team starts performing a little bit better, close out the season at least. Let's see, 26. I got the Browns. The Browns, they still don't look good offensively. The Browns, their offense just kind of looked like the same thing, but the Browns' offense at least looked pretty decent last week. So, against the Steelers, this recent week as the Steelers, offense looked somewhat interesting. So, that's another good thing for them. But for right now, they're still struggling. The defense has been a monster, but offensively, they're just struggling a little bit. So they're going to remain at 26. 25 is going to be the Tennessee Titans. You can never sleep on that defense. I think Tennessee's defense has been absolutely phenomenal this year. It's just the way how their offense has just been letting them down. They consistently turning over the football, and when you turn over the football, that's just never a good thing in general. Especially when your defense had to rely, especially when your team relies on your defense that much. So yeah, I'll put them at 25 for that reason. 24 is going to be the Bears. The Bears, I don't know what happened. Like the Bears, they look good to start the season, and then ever since then, they've been kind of on the cold spell, and they're kind of on the cold spell right now. When I mean cold spell, I mean like only winning like 1 out of your 2 out of your last like 7 games and all that back. So it's like when you lose a small margin out of a big margin, or you only win a small margin out of your big margin. That's kind of what I kind of meant there. But when we look at the Bears, they're just kind of struggling. Offense is struggling. Defense. Yeah? Alright. Well, look at the Bears. The Bears, they look alright. They just gotta clean some stuff up. 23, I'm gonna go with the Cowboys. Sure, their defense is looking a lot better, but their offense is still very suspicious over there. Now they are getting better on both sides of the ball, but for right now, they're just kind of struggling a little bit. So, they're gonna go with a number 23 right now. They just need to be a little bit more consistently offensively here. Let's see, 22. We're gonna go with the Saints. It's kind of funny. It's still kind of funny up to this moment how the Saints team in general has just been so good all season long, and then since the beginning of the season, and now since they're really struggling to find a wins, I think they only won like 1 game prior to that. So I haven't met 2 more games prior to that. So just prior to that, I do think they go at number 22. 21 is going to be the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts, they're just inconsistent. I mean, it's just plain and simple. They are very inconsistent. They're a very inconsistent football team, and when it comes down to that, you're not really going to win too many games. So I think the Colts team is decent, but it's just a little bit inconsistent right now. Number 20, I'm gonna go with the Cincinnati Bengals. Actually, no. Where was I? With number 20, we're gonna go with San Francisco 49ers. The Niners, they don't look like themselves right now. They completely now, and some of it has to do with injury. I get it, but they just don't look like themselves. Their offense don't like themselves. Their defense don't like themselves. The culture, the team, or what we all expected them to be, they just don't look like themselves right now. And it's very frustrating for being a San Francisco fan right now. But yeah, it is what it is. I do think this team is 10 times better than what we've been watching, but the question is they haven't really been that consistent. So we're gonna put them at number 20 there. It's just unfortunate that this team hasn't really been too consistent that much. So for that reason, we'll give them number 20. I still think that team is good, but they just need to be a little more consistent. 19, we're gonna go with the Cincinnati Bengals. Now the Bengals only have 4 wins, so I can't really boost them up my power rankings that much because one part of the Bengals is they can't finish football games, and that's kind of where they are right now. But I do, like I said, this is another team that should be way better than what the record is right now. So that's kind of unfortunate for the Bengals, but for right now, the team is still struggling a little bit. Offensively, they've been amazing. Defensively, they got some issues, by the way. So we'll see how that adds up over these next couple weeks. Let's see. 18, I'm gonna go with the Rams. The Rams were still a very decent football team here. I think there's still a lot to go with our team, but the way how we've been looking, actually no, change my mind. 18 is going to be the Seahawks. It's going to be the Seahawks here. I still think Seattle is a very still dominant force of a team, but I'm not really feeling for this team. Like, their offense has been okay, but their defense has just not. I mean, their offense has been lining up in some cases, some defenses. But if this team could be sneaky, maybe okay. So this team could be sneaky, but we'll find out. We'll find out if this team's sneaky or not. But we'll just see. Right now, they're just a little inconsistent. Offense a little bit slow, but I do think this team will pick it up. But for right now, I gotta put just I don't know. I can just only put Seattle. I'm at number 7. I'm at number 16 right now. I just need to see a little bit more from them. Now my 17 is going to be the Rams. I still think the Rams are a very dominant football team. I think we can be dominant, but what we just saw last week, I think that does take a little bit of a hit, a little bit. So, yeah.
Mom's waiting for you to get your clothes.
All right. Being a day, we're gonna put the Rams at 17. Okay, guys, I'll be back one more time. This one shouldn't take as long, but I'll be right back once again.
When you walked up,
Sorry guys about that, but we are back with the top 16 for predictions. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Alright, so starting off with number 16. Starting off the top 16 will be the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta Falcons, they haven't been their best recently. Now coming off a bye, they end up getting their ass whooped by Denver, which was never a good fact. You know, when you get your ass whooped, especially off of your bye, or as they coming back from your bye, it's never a big deal. But this team has really been disappointing these last couple weeks. We need to see this team be a little more consistent for me to put them up in the power rankings. But I still think this team is solid, but they need to be a little bit more consistent for me to count on them. 15, you got the Dolphins. The Dolphins are playing a lot better. Dolphins playing a lot better of football. They're playing so much better football. Their offense looks like the offense that we expected from the beginning of the season. Defensively, they're getting the job done. Teams currently on a 3-game winning streak. They look good right now. The Dolphins, they're really trying to make that playoff push, and I respect them. And I respect them for doing it. But let's see if they can continue to do it. They have a tough game this week. They have a tough one this week, so let's see what we predict. Make sure to come back for our weekly pick show. That's coming out right after we get done here. So make sure you guys come do that. Do that for sure. We have a lot of exciting games to pick, so let's see what we do. We're going to go with number 14 now. I have the other Florida team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think the Bucs can really make a run here because their schedule is really weak here throughout. So if the Buccaneers, if they can continue to take care of business, even though this team is looking better and better again because of how healthy and healthier they get, if this team continues to get healthier, they can even though they lost the 2 games against Atlanta, they can win this division. They can. They're not too far behind Atlanta. I think they're only a game now back of Atlanta. So that division is going to get down to the wires between these two. It's going to be great. Let's see who wins it. But I think the Buccaneers have the advantage because they have the weaker schedule of the two. So let's see the Buccaneers. Right now they're taking advantage of that weak schedule. Let's see if they can continue to do it. I think they will. But let's see if they continue to take advantage of that weak part of their schedule. 13, I'm gonna go Arizona. They were a top 10 team in my opinion until last week. Last week they took a hit a little bit, but because of their offense. But I still believe in this team. This team is still really good on paper. Their defense deserves a lot of credit. This team's defense has been absolutely sensational over these last couple weeks, and I'll give them a lot of credit over that. So Cardinals 13, defense is looking really good. They're gonna get a 13 spot for me. 12, I'm going to go with the Houston Texans. In no regards, I think this Houston Texans team is still really good. But this Texans team, I think, and everybody knows it too, this team does not look like themselves. They don't look like themselves at all. Defensively, they've been pretty good too. Even though they've been allowing a lot of points, they've been doing pretty good stuff out there as well. Like, this team has a recipe to be a Super Bowl winning team, but they're a little bit inconsistent right now, and they're a little bit disappointing when it comes down to what teams they can win and what teams they can't win. So I think last couple rounds have been a little bit disappointing for them. Let's see if they turn it around recently, but they're going to go into the 12th spot. 11, I got the Commanders. I still think this team is still really good, but they have been a little bit on the cold spell recently. They're coming into this week with a 3-game losing streak. They really have to get going here. After unnecessarily,
Roscoe is asleep right now. He'll be up late. Come on. Go back to sleep. Where do you go?
Sorry that's about that. My 4-year-old here, but Washington, like I said, on a cold spell, 3-game losing streak. They really need their offense, though. They got figured out now. I still think this team is still really good, but they definitely taking a hit off of me. This team doesn't look the same as they did before. Number 9 is gonna go to the Chargers. This team's defense is absolutely fantastic. I love what I've been seeing from the Chargers defense in recent weeks. It is absolutely amazing. If the Chargers continue to do that, they will find their way in the playoffs. But like I said, love what I'm seeing from the Chargers defense. I love what I'm seeing from the offense too. Looks like the offense is still running to pick up. You can see, I mean, you could say that maybe the offense got a little bit of a cold stretch last week, and that's pretty fair. But overall, I think the Chargers was on their 10th spot. They look pretty good. 9th spot, we'll go with the Denver Broncos. They're really hot right now. That defense is looking good right now. Then I love what I'm seeing on the Broncos defense. I think it's been looking phenomenal. Their offense, Bo Nix has been playing really well. Love what I'm seeing from Bo Nix. Bo Nix, he's been a really impressive rookie by himself. Love what I'm seeing from the team. If they continue to do this, they will go some ways. But for right now, we're going to go with the Broncos for my number 8 position. They look, my number 9 position, they look pretty good right now. Number 8, Number eight is pretty tricky, but I think I'm gonna go with the Steelers. I think I'm gonna go with the Steelers for number 8. There was a lot of tough selections here, but I'm gonna go with the Pittsburgh Steelers number 8. I still like this team. I like this team a lot. Like I said, you're in my top 8 team, which means I really like you right now. Going into your position, Steelers lose to the NFC North, coming off a pretty embarrassing loss to the Browns. But don't let the record fool you. This team is still really good on paper. This is still one of the better defensive units in football. Love what I'm seeing from this team. This team is still number 8. They're still a pretty good dominant team. Number 7, I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers. This team is still really good on paper. It's kind of crazy that we have 3 NFC North teams all the way up here. But look at this team is still absolutely fantastic. Jordan Love looks good. Defensively, they got some questions to figure out. Just a little bit. But offensively, I love them and seeing them. They get my number 7 position. Number 6 is going to be the Minnesota Vikings. Now the Vikings, they still look good on paper. Yeah, they are squeaking out some wins. And let's be honest, they probably should have lost their last 3 games. I mean, let's be completely honest. Probably should have lost a couple of those, but their offense is starting to become a little bit more consistent about how much talent they got going there, how many guys that they can really rely on. I think that's really crucial for the Vikings. Defense has been absolutely fantastic over this stretch, but let's see if they can get something going here. Like I said, we got a couple weeks left. We have 6 weeks left to play football, so let's see if we can get something going by the end of the season. But overall, they're in a pretty good spot to make the playoffs. But so we'll find out. But I think that team is still great. Number 5, we're gonna go with the Ravens for my number 5. Sure, I was very confident maybe we can put this team in my top 4, but I'm gonna put in my 5 position right now. Yes, we're coming off a pretty big win against the Chargers last week, but this defense still hasn't made questions in the secondary. I know that they could be getting a trade or something that could be better for their team, but we need to see it to believe it. You know what I mean? So they're gonna go my 5 spot. Only my years go over playoff time, but for right now, they're sitting at my number 5 position. Number 4, we're gonna go with the Buffalo Bills. Team looks damn near dominant right now for the Buffalo Bills. They look good on both sides of the ball. Man, this team just looks good. Like I said, I didn't think this team was going to be this good heading into the season, and they look like one of the more dominant forces in all of football. So they go my number 4, my 4 position. Number 3, we're gonna give it to the Kansas City Chiefs. Actually no. Number 4 is going to be the Kansas City Chiefs. Number 3 is going to be the Bills. Actually, I'll talk about all these because they all look really good right now. Number 2 is going to be the Eagles. And then number 1 is the Detroit Lions. And there's really no explanation here for anyone. I mean, they're all look good, so you can mismatch wherever you want. But that's just where I'm going to go with the power rankings for there. So Detroit still looks like one of the more dominant forces in football. I mean, you can argue that these 4 teams right here look like, well, even these 5, from the Ravens up top 5 teams, these teams look like one of the more dominant forces in football. But I think the Lions, 10-1 record, they have the best resume. I think they look great. They have the best record in football. So number 1 is going to go to the Detroit Lions. Even though the Eagles, Bills, and Chiefs and Ravens, they all look great right now. All right, so that is the power rankings, and that is going to end the reaction show. Like I said, that's going to end the reaction show. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. We appreciate y'all's support. Make sure you go join the Discord. All of that is very fun and appreciated. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead, hop out of here, get the picks video done, and then get the analytics video done. All that will be out by tomorrow. Analytics video is going to be out later tonight, and the analytics video will be out early tomorrow morning. So make sure to stay tuned for that. But anyway, I gotta hop out of here and get that done for you guys. So I appreciate y'all's support. This is BigBaseDomination.com. No exit interview for you guys tonight, but appreciate y'all's support. Make sure to hit the like, subscribe button, and we'll see you guys later. This is BigBaseDomination.com. Peace out. Stay safe. See y'all in the next one. Peace out.